Hi guys, welcome to today's video. It's now 2 weeks since my breast surgery and I wanted to give you an update as I've literally just been chilling out at home. So the first week was completely insane. There was so much going on, every day something new, lots of developments in a very short space of time, dressings, bandages, drains removed, you know, kind of finding my feet after surgery. I've been home now for just over a week. I also had my birthday. So there's lots to update you on, and hopefully I can answer any of the questions that you may have had, as well as show you how I have been adjusting to life back in the UK with my new breasts. So I've made a few notes. I'm going to go through them to make sure that I cover everything that I wanted to say. So swelling. Let's talk about swelling. When you have any procedure, your body is very different immediately after surgery to what it is when it's healed. It can take up to several months to see the final results of your breasts, which is why I can't have my breasts measured at the moment. I'm wearing my surgery bra, which I keep on for a month. I wear this bra 24/7. I take it off and I have a wash, and then I put some antiseptic on my scars with a bit of padded gauze where my dressings used to be. Then I put the bra back on and Bob's your uncle. I have had swelling since surgery, as is normal with absolutely anything. When I had my nose done, it could take up to a year to see the final results of the definition, the shape, the size, when the body is fully recovered. So for breasts, it can take several months. At the moment, I do notice an imbalance in my healing, which is perfectly normal because it's two different sides of my body. So my right breast has returned to normal shape and size very, very quickly. It is probably still swollen. It does feel quite, not numb, but definitely feels different. So it's a really hard sensation to describe. It's kind of like your breasts, but not your breasts. And as you can see, they're quite, if I come closer to the camera, they have a bit of squish to them, but they will be a lot more squishy and bouncy when they're healed. So at the moment, they are quite firm. They're quite upright and firm. And when they heal, they will kind of soften and loosen and drop into place and look more natural. So they won't have this kind of tightness about them, and that's the same with all implant surgeries. My buttocks started off quite firm and tight and high, and then they drop into place as they heal. So my left breast is more swollen than my right, and the reason I know this is because my nipple is slightly larger because it's been stretched a little bit more. I had this when I was pregnant actually. I found that as my bust grew, my breast got bigger, my nipples became huge, and that's like a really big thing in surgery where people say, will your nipples just get massive and look like burgers? So fortunately my right nipple has gone back to the original size, and I know having the same size implants, it's not possible that one breast can be larger than the other. So it is a relief that it's just swelling. This is only ever so slightly more swollen. They are healing maybe 60-40, you know, like in size. So this breast is healing a lot faster than this side. But then I know that I had the space between my bust opened up. So in doing that, you're going to agitate the body, you're moving muscles, you're cutting breast pockets and tissue. So it's fully understandable. When I had my previous breast surgeries, I've had 3 previously, my breasts were very dark red and burning hot, which may make you feel a little bit nervous at first. You might think this is different. You know, I wouldn't normally have this on an everyday thing with my normal breasts. But after surgery, it's completely normal for inflammation, swelling, tingling, itching, the whole kind of sensation of the body healing and recovering. So I will keep a close eye on this. I do have my UK aftercare appointment shortly, where my doctor will be looking over my healing to make sure that it's all okay. So in my slightly swollen breast, it is slightly warmer than my right hand side, so my left side is slightly warmer than my right, which is normal for swelling. I also have flaking skin, which again is one of those things. Perhaps I haven't been scrubbing my breasts as I'm showering. I just rinse them with water, whereas normally you would exfoliate where you've been on holiday, you have a nice tan, and then your skin peels off, and then you have pale skin underneath. My bust has expanded. I do have slightly peeling skin, which is probably where I need to moisturise, so I can literally just flake off some skin there, lovely. And I notice when I take my bra off that I have like flakes of skin in my bra. But you know, that's all a really good sign. It's cell renewal, it's healing, the body is repairing and replacing the skin, and it all begins from the inside out. So there's a lot going on within the recovery as I literally just sit and rest. So bandages stay on for 7 to 10 days, and these are the dressings that go over the stitches. The stitches actually dissolve of their own accord in 3 to 4 weeks, so I don't have to do anything about that. I'm not going back having them trimmed off. 7 to 10 days time, the bandages come off. Every time I shower, I remove the outer bandage, and then there's a kind of surgical bandage over the actual scars themselves, which I showed in my previous video. So you have a very fine bandage over the scar, then you have a bigger bandage that goes on top of that, and then you have the white dressing. The white dressing is gone, the brown bandage is gone. A couple of days ago in the shower I took my brown bandages off, and I actually took the stitch cover with it, which is absolutely fine. You know, it will drop off of its own accord, but it was kind of caught on the other bandage that pulled it off and removed it slightly early, but it's fine because I'm still able to put antiseptic on it, to put padded gauze on there, and to wear my bra as normal. So I'm waiting for the other one to drop off naturally, whereas this one came off with the outer bandage, which is all fine. Within the first 2 to 3 weeks, your stitch covers will just drop off naturally. That's from skin shedding, it's from washing in the shower, and just from it drying out and then popping off. Much as a kind of scab or scratch would, where it just heals and the skin just lifts it off. So it's best not to pull it off yourself unless it gets stuck to a bandage, which didn't hurt. I was just a bit surprised, like, oh, that one's taken the other one with it. But it will do it all naturally. There's literally nothing you need to do about it. So I was able to start driving again at day 10, and where I would normally drive kind of with one hand if I'm holding the gear stick and then I'm kind of driving like that, I actually found it easier to drive both hands at the bottom of the wheel and to turn the wheel, you know, kind of how you learn. You learn to drive up here, don't you, and you're making turns around. If you do it at the bottom, keeping your hands down, you're not engaging the muscles as much, so keeping it down low and then just turning like that, and the most difficult part for me was to put it into 5th and 6th gear, because it was like that kind of pushing and pulling feeling. It didn't hurt, but I did notice that I was using muscles I hadn't yet used in a way that I hadn't done that, because when you're just picking things up, you're kind of holding it, but this was to be out and down, like, you know, it's a different sensation. So I was cautious not to drive too much, and I stayed at a lower speed at around 4th gear, so up to 30 miles an hour, because I live in a village. So it was quite convenient, whereas doing higher speeds, going up to 5th and 6th, I think that's the trickiest part of driving. So if you have an automatic, happy days. If you drive a manual like I do, just stay a little bit slow and low, just for a little bit longer. Wearing a seatbelt was absolutely fine. I was kind of cautious that it would rub or pull or restrict me in some way, but actually with a support bar on and clothes, it just sat across me. It isn't tight, and I didn't feel like it was causing any trouble. I did think that maybe I would drive holding it loose, like on my hand. I really didn't have to. It wasn't as bad as I thought. So yes, all good for driving as of 10 days. I'm continuing to sleep at a 40-degree incline with pillows for the first 2 weeks. And then I sleep on my back for a month after surgery. I noticed when I first had my surgery, I was very much sleeping like a plank, and I was very straight. I didn't want to twist because I could feel it pulling on the muscles. Whereas now I can kind of sit there, I can lean back, I can kind of go over a little bit, you know, and even though I don't sleep on my side or my front because the pillows are keeping me in place with my lovely little setup, I am much more relaxed, kind of, you know, chill and twist and lean, and it isn't sore, it doesn't hurt. So I'm still avoiding my side and my front for at least a month, maybe even 6 weeks, but I'm more comfortable now, not rigid, and like literally just, you know, flop, get on the sofa and have a little snuggle, and it's lovely. So it's just listening to your body, knowing if something feels uncomfortable, and then preventing it from continuing. And day by day, it's literally becoming so much more comfortable. It was my birthday this weekend, and we went to a health spa. I wasn't able to use the facilities, which was really like, even though I'm 2 weeks recovery, and normally they say when you have a trauma, a scratch or a treatment, leave it 2 weeks. For surgery, it's actually 3 weeks before you can get wet. So no baths, no hot tubs, no saunas, jacuzzis, swimming pools, all of that, because the skin has to become waterproof again where the incisions and scars are. So for that reason, I instead had just some lovely food, healthy smoothies, and when my boyfriend went to the gym, I did some light walking on a treadmill for a few minutes. It's really important after you have surgery that you don't just sit there and do nothing, because for your body to heal, you need to get your circulation moving. Now, that's not to be out of breath, it's not to exert yourself, it's not to raise your heartbeat so that you're puffing and panting and getting hot and sweaty, because when you want swelling to go down and things to heal, you need to reduce your temperature. But at the same time, to keep active, to walk around for 5-10 minutes at a time, it helps your body to do all of its natural processes, to go to the toilet better, to feel more well rested in the evening, to sleep better at night, to digest your food. And when all the processes are working, your body can then heal and repair. Every time that I've been to the gym, which has probably been twice, maybe 3 times in 2 weeks, it's only because my boyfriend is already going, and it was our routine to train 7 days a week before. So I will just walk very slowly on the treadmill, maybe at speed 3 or 4, with the aircon on, so you can put the blower on the treadmill, and you have nice cool air keeping you cool, to make sure that you're not out of breath. There's no high impact, you're not running, you're not jogging, you're not jumping, you're not lifting anything. When you get to 4 weeks, your cardio can become slightly more increased. So I can walk a little bit quicker, maybe walk for a little bit longer, but just still keeping it reduced. And at 6 weeks, I can begin to lift weights again. So 1 more month to go. But because I couldn't drive up until day 10, I've actually walked my children to school every day. And that's why I needed that stamina to be able to do the school run, to walk for 20 minutes, to wait for 20 minutes for the children to come out, and then to walk 20 minutes back home again. And after you've had surgery, maybe that's a bit too much to begin with. But if you do little and often each day, you increase your stamina while still keeping safe during your healing and recovery. It's also really important to get fresh air, to get vitamin D, and to return to as much of a normal routine as possible so that you just feel better about yourself. I think when you have surgery, you can be very much out of sorts. You have to kind of stop everything you're used to. You have to alter your lifestyle. You might change your diet. You might sleep differently. You feel very tired all the time. Firstly from medication, but also because your body is recovering. You've been through like a really big thing and you need to rest. So just take it slow and easy. That's my best advice. And do what's within your capabilities. We are all different. Where one person might find walking for a minute very difficult, maybe somebody else could walk for 10 minutes and be completely fine. I found that I was kind of napping throughout the day initially after surgery, whereas now I just go to bed in the evening and I sleep all night, but I do still feel more tired than usual in the evening. That may be because I'm not at the gym bodybuilding to give myself strength and stamina. It may be because I'm not taking pre-workouts or caffeinated drinks that I would normally have, because again, I don't want to raise my heart rate. So my routine is very different. But also I know I'm in recovery and I'm really enjoying recovering. So read lots of books, watch lots of films, and let your loved ones pamper you, because it's a really special time where you can just relax and unwind and welcome your new body to be safe and happy and active. I will keep you up to date with my progress. I'm really happy with my breasts. 2 weeks on, and I keep saying this, but it feels as if I haven't had surgery. It just gets easier and easier like every time. And I'm really pleased, and I will show you my UK aftercare appointment in London shortly. If you do have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and as always I will do my best to answer them. Take care, be healthy, and I will see you all soon. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, subscribe to my channel, write me a comment, and keep watching for more.